And we welcome you to a brand new venue for Storm Beat the Champ presented by BowlersMart. We're in Newark, New York at Doug Kent's Rose Bowl Lanes. And here's the lineup for today. Our returning champion, Tim Doan, had school commitments at Lawrence Tech University. He won't be here, but Pat Brick sits in our #1 spot, and he'll face one of these three challengers, Derrick Greene, Ryan Lashlee, or Mark Polaski. Well, hi, everybody, and welcome to east of Rochester, New York, here in Newark. My name is Paul Peck with Buffalo Bowling Hall of Famer Sue Nawojski. When you look at that lineup and you see Derrick Greene and Pat Brick, who have combined for 7 wins on our show, how much can their experience help them at a brand new place here at Rose Bowl Lanes?
Well, here's the interesting thing about it. They do bring the most experience, as the other 2 players have not made TV shows before. But the 2 experienced players are left-handers. The inexperienced players on television are right-handers. So it's really going to depend on how the lanes break down. We are on a wood surface here, so that always plays a part. So it's going to come down to equipment and how the lanes break down, and right-handed versus left-handed. Added experience and inexperience.
Yeah, and we'll find out how much that experience will or won't matter today. And make sure you stick around, because we'll get a chance to talk some real bowling experience with Hall of Famer Doug Kent, the proprietor here at Doug Kent's Rose Bowl Lanes. So we are ready to go, off and going and off and rolling at a brand new venue for Storm Beat the Champ presented by BowlersMart. Let's get rolling. You're watching Storm Beat the Champ presented by BowlersMart on YouTube.
Like and subscribe to our channel now. Don't miss any of the action.
Beat the Champ is sponsored by Storm, the Bowlers Company. By BowlersMart, trusted by bowlers around the world since 2004. By Latina Boulevard Foods, your favorite family in food distribution. And by Go Bowling. For friends and family fun, log on to GoBowlingNewYork.com to find a center near you. And here we go from Doug Kent's Rose Bowl Lanes. Our first match features Ryan Lashlee and a rather familiar name to Beat the Champ viewers. It is Derrick Greene making his 8th appearance here on the show, and because of the circumstances, he was the alternate who gets kicked up to get his chance to go on another Derrick Greene run.
Yeah, imagine that's a stroke of luck for him, because he definitely tries out every single week, and I should say every month, and we're lucky to have him on again.
Yeah, we haven't seen Derrick all season long. Last appearance for him was at the end of season #1, and we've never seen the 19-year-old from Hopewell Junction, New York, outside of New York City. Ryan Lashlee got a great story on what brings Ryan to our game that we'll tell you in a moment, but he is a student in college in New Jersey, and here he is making his Beat the Champ debut. I don't know if that came off his hands the way he would have liked it to.
Well, they're playing pretty deep out on the lane, and he missed his target to the right, so that did not recover enough for him. They're a little touchy.
And Ryan will at least get 2 of the 3 remaining, so it's an open in the first frame for Ryan Lashlee. Scoring and stats powered by Bocce Club Pizza, a Buffalo tradition since 1946. And Ryan Lashlee will have some spare work to do here in the second frame. So Ryan is from outside of New York City, goes to college in northern New Jersey, heard about the show, saw the show, thought the show was awesome, had nothing going on because he's on his college break now, and said, well, I can drive 4 hours. And here he is. He qualifies for the show, and there he is on the show. Not exactly with the start he would have preferred, though.
No, but he has not made a TV show yet, so you're going to have to figure that nerves are going to come into play here.
And a sharp hook on that for Derrick Greene will leave him work in the second frame. 34 years old from Buffalo, New York is Derrick Greene, a manager at McDonald's with a healthy 244 average for Derrick Greene as he bowls in a couple of leagues a week. Let's see what he can do with this spare. Both these guys
definitely makeable.
Trying to figure themselves out early, and that's going to be an open in the second for Derrick. So, of course, as I mentioned, Derrick Greene is making his 8th appearance here. He has won 5 times. All of those came towards the beginning of season number 1 when he ripped off wins at both Manor and ABC Gates Bowl in Rochester for 5 in a row, and that's held as our longest winning streak until Sam DeWitt came along towards the end of season 1 and early season 2, and that's a 3rd frame strike for Derrick.
Yeah, and he's a favorite on our telecast. I mean, he really brings a flair of professionalism, and he carries himself well and dresses the part. Always gives us a good show.
Yes, he does. All right, so now Ryan Lashlee's got to shake off those first 2 opens and get back to being the bowler that he can be. And again, are the guys trying to feel their way through here? This is wood lanes and a house shot, but we've seen a couple of bowlers miss their break points.
Great observation. They are definitely he has set it short now twice. Now balls are going to make a difference here. You're going to need something pearlized to get you through the fronts, and just from the practice and the time they spent on it, it's going to alter the oil pattern a little bit. And he's come out here and cut 2 out of the 3 short. So the first ball he leaked right and 2-8-10. And so this is, again, you're on TV and a little bit of panic sets in. So you don't want to miss right. The minute you think don't miss right, you miss in because you're compensating too much. So the last 2 shots he's missed in on because he's trying not to get the ball too far to the right. So I call this a little bit of jail where you don't have in and you don't have out. And, a right ball selection, though, can sometimes smooth that out for you. So we'll see how he handles that.
He attends William Patterson University in northern New Jersey. Bowled on the team there last year. Is not bowling on the team there this year. Bowls in a league 1 night a week as he is busy enough as a college student.
Now here we go. He's made an adjustment. He's standing a little further left. He's still crossing 4th arrow, but he's getting it out more towards the 2nd arrow. His break point down the lane is more 2nd arrow. And bad break. Recovers, but it ran out a little bit of steam and left an pretty unmakeable spare.
All right, so he is unable to get either pin on the 7-10 split. So that's opens in 3 of the first 4 frames for Ryan Lashlee. And you know what makes me chuckle about, and like you said, we love having Derrick on. He just brings a style and a flair to this show, and Derrick spends a lot of time bowling, not just in the 2 leagues that he bowls in the Buffalo area, but regional PBA tours. And I always laugh when I think that it was Derrick who told Sam DeWitt, who he's friends with from the regional tours, about the show. And then what does Sam DeWitt do? Sam DeWitt decides to come to Buffalo, qualify for the show, and rattles off 6 in a row, breaking Derrick Greene's current record.
Exactly.
I don't know if Derrick is having any regrets on that at all.
I think he just wants to come and start a new one and overtake him. Overtake Sam.
A 244 average in 2 leagues a week right now for Derrick Greene. 21 career 300s, a high 834 series, and again, bowls all over the Northeast and the Midwest and regional tour events.
I mean, for what you see as a typical house shot, you're definitely seeing less oil in the middle, less hold than you would normally see. And again, this is going to be a way of fishing out equipment because you need something that's going to get through the fronts and not run out of steam in the back end of the lane.
And again, we talk about this a lot. Even though they're not as common as they used to, we're on wood lanes, and the guys don't bowl a lot on wood lanes. The last time we had our show on wood lanes was at your place, Cherry Laurel Lanes, a couple months ago. But in general, most of the lanes that these guys bowl on are synthetic, and there's I was going to say there's an adjustment. What is the adjustment?
Well, synthetics will the biggest part of the lane is in the front. Controlling the lane is what your goal is. It's separated into 3 parts of the lane: the front, the middle, and the back end. But on wood, the front and the front part of the lane is the challenge, because the oil is going to absorb into the lane. It's going to get taken up by the setting your ball down, because that's the set down point for the ball, and it's going to eat up some of that oil. And not getting it through the fronts really changes the energy preservation in the ball. So you generally see someone go to a pearlized ball, or a lot of loft sometimes will do well on lanes that are wood when the fronts start to go.
Ryan Lashlee's getting a lot of practice on different kinds of spares, and thankfully for him, he was able to finish off and spare out there on the 5th frame after 3 opens in the first 5. So Ryan's still looking for his first strike.
As tough as this looks, I mean, there's still only 20 pins separating these two guys. I mean, anything can still happen.
And there it is. It's the first strike, and Ryan holds his arms up, gives a little wave to the crowd. It's a strike for Lashlee. We take our first break. Back with more after this.
Presented by BowlersMart.
Plenty of options.
Chamois, jerseys, balls bags, and shoes. The highest quality products you'll find on the market, and here at BowlersMart, we make sure to find the correct access point of any bowler to maximize their benefits from our products and ensure a great experience. Stop by today and let us help you, because at BowlersMart, every bowler matters.
Sixth frame for the 34-year-old from Buffalo, New York, Derrick Greene. And Derrick, what Derrick has to be thinking about is Ryan finally got that strike. Let's not let him back in the door here. And like you said, it's been a little up and down for Derrick. 2 spares, 2 strikes, and an open in the front side 5. And that nudge of the head pin gets Derrick Greene a 6th frame strike.
Yeah, there's still a look of obvious confusion on his face, because he's opening the lane up more because it was hooking too much for him. Now he got it out further to break point, thinking that was going to snap back, and it came up light.
Sorry, that was the 3 that got nudged.
I mean, he'll take it, but he's still got to get back up on that lane and figure out what he's going to do.
Boy,
a lot of ball speed.
Yeah, a lot of ball speed sends a lot of pins flying, and that time it flew right over the top of the 3 on the right-hand side.
I mean, we mentioned ways of getting through the front of the lane, and I said loft, and of course pearlized equipment that's going to spray a little bit more, but in his case, he just shoots it right through. I mean, he's got so much power that he skids it right through on his own. Yes, he's generating all of that with no thumb on his wrist.
Does that come from that cupping of the ball?
Yeah. Plus, he's strong. I mean, that's his game.
All right, that's an open in the 7th for Derrick Greene. So both guys with a handful of opens, which is never what you want and never usually what is hard to prevent you from winning these matches.
I mean,
but
on a house shot, you're normally used to seeing like taps and corner pins and.
You know, and some of this is the characteristics of a place that Ryan's never bowled here before. I don't think Derrick has bowled here very much. We're a little bit outside of the normal Buffalo, Rochester bowling centers that these guys would come to a lot. You know, as I mentioned, we're about 36 miles from downtown Rochester, east of the city. We're about an hour and a half from Buffalo. So we're a little bit, you know, in a new location in a different kind of spot.
Yeah, not forgetting, though, that these guys qualified on this and qualified high. So it's not that they haven't seen it. I think what's happening is with the lights and the practice session that this may have broken down a little differently than they expected.
Yeah, so after an open in the 7th, you saw another another hook that didn't do what it was supposed to do for Ryan here in the 8th. And that's a 5th open now for Ryan Lashlee. Both guys struggling here in this opening match. It's the 8th frame now for Derrick Greene. This one is here to be taken, and maybe that 8th frame strike is what Derrick Greene needs to do exactly that.
Yeah, that was a beauty. Let's look at where he crossed lanes here. He crossed between 3rd and 4th arrow and got all the way out to about the 8 or 9 board.
Watch the 7-pin
and this
go
is where
slide
that power
out. Didn't even get knocked down. It slid out.
That power throws pins around.
All right, so we haven't had a double yet in this match. Can Derrick do it? No.
Close. He was
close.
He was close. I mean, looks to me like the left lane could be playing a little tighter than the right lane. His feet aren't as deep, but this is, you know, his not getting pushed very much. He can take the time to kind of figure it out, staying out of trouble with a 9 count or a strike.
Yeah,
because his opponent
first
is
guy to about 150 might wind up winning this match, right?
Yeah, I mean, but when you're leaving these multiple pin combinations to try to make on, you know, what's a tough condition, and you're not really lined up enough to go off of your strike ball, these multiple pin conversions are difficult.
9th frame now for what's been a little bit of a nightmarish game for Ryan Lashlee. Not much has gone right for Ryan, and
that was a pretty great shot right there. He's got to figure, like, geez, now can you give me one?
I know. I drove 4 hours to get here just to be on the show. At least cut me a break on one of them. And that sort of sums up the day.
I saw that coming.
That sums up the day. That's a 6th open frame for Ryan Lashlee. So the winner of this match, and it's going to be Derrick Greene, moves on to match number 2 against Mark Polaski Jr. And there's a nice strike for Ryan. Finish strong. Not even the rosin bag is cooperating today for Ryan. Well, hopefully this will not deter Ryan from making the trip, or, you know, as we continue to grow the show, maybe we'll move it a little closer to him down in the New York City area. You never know what season 3 could bring.
I believe this was a definite learning experience, and got to start somewhere.
And that's a good spare pickup right there for Ryan Lashlee. And it's a 129 for Ryan Lashlee. It's not going to be good enough to win, but a great experience nonetheless for the 19-year-old from Hopewell Junction, New York. But it's going to be the 34-year-old from Buffalo that's going to advance on. Derrick Greene, not exactly one he's going to hang up on the trophy room, but a win's a win.
A win's a win. He should be trying a few things here, trying to figure out the next match because the next match might be tougher.
Yeah, and if he wins that next match, he knows he's got one of the top guys in our area, and Pat Brick, that he's going to have to beat out to get another win. Well, Mark Polaski Jr. is going to have something to say about that first. Stick around after the break. When we get going on match number 2, we will be joined by the Hall of Famer, Doug Kent. Talk a little bit about being the proprietor here at Rose Bowl Lanes and about his unbelievably outstanding career. But it's Derrick Greene over Ryan Lashlee. Match 2 is coming up next. Well, when your name's on the side of the building, I guess that means you get to come on the show here. Aside from that fact, Doug Kent, the fact that you are a PBA and USBC Hall of Famer is part of the reason why we welcome you here. It's our honor to have you here on the show. It's our honor to be here at Doug Kent's Rose Bowl Lanes.
Yeah, it's nice to have you guys here, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, and we are set to go with match number 2 here. You're going to stick around here a little bit and give us a little bit of your Hall of Fame perspective?
Sure, we'll try.
All right, well, Doug's going to stick around here, and we are ready for match number 2. Mark Polaski Jr. and Derrick Greene to get us going. Derrick off the 167 to 129 win over Ryan Lashlee. A little surprised that both those guys struggled a little bit early on?
Yeah, after 20 minutes of practice or so, I was surprised to see, just some of the splits. That's why the scores were so low. I mean, for the most part, they were pretty much on their spares, but they didn't leave too many spares that they could make, so that's why the scores were low.
Yeah, do you find that now being a proprietor that you get a lot more input on lane conditions and
Yeah, of course we do.
As if you control that yourself.
Of course we do. A lot of it comes down to just how much they break the lanes down, how they break them down. Watching this practice here before the show, some of the guys were doing some crazy things to break them down. So I think it backfired a little bit. But hopefully this match here we'll see some adjustments and some higher scores.
Right, and then you're doing, there's experienced bowlers out here that kind of have an idea of what's going to happen on a wood surface, on a house shot. They kind of know what's going to happen with carry down and with the front of the lane and stuff like that. So it's hard to fool some of these veterans on what you're doing because they've seen it all for the most part.
Definitely advantage to the more the tournament bowler that's been bowling a long time. More experience, definitely the better.
Oh, Messenger for Messenger matched them.
Mr. Polaski, 26 years old, from North Fort Myers, Florida, with a 235 average and getting some lucky breaks. I don't know about a lucky break. That's just a good break there.
Yeah, a little softer speed there. Looks like the ball got around the corner with a little bit softer speed.
Are you still bowling? Do you bowl here at all?
Yeah, I still bowl league 2 nights a week.
Good for you.
Yeah.
You don't find that difficult with a million questions and someone calling you to the bar? Or
I didn't say it was easy, but I do bowl, yes.
What's the battle that goes on to get you on somebody's team here? There's not a whole lot of Hall of Famers lined up to be a part of the leagues here.
We've had the same team for the last 20 years, basically. So same group of guys. We have a couple drinks while we're bowling. We have a good time. We play cards while we're bowling, and what happens.
Inevitable that the next step in your life would be to go from being on the tour, winning 10 career tour events, being a bowler of the year, to eventually settling into owning your own place?
Yeah, that was the plan from the beginning. When this place first became available, that was the plan. What am I going to do when I do retire? I still want to stay in the business. I didn't know what I wanted to do, really. And you don't know what to expect. You don't know how long your career is going to last. So this was the plan all along, and to retire and to run a business for the remainder.
Right, and staying in the business that you love.
Yeah, wow.
Good strike.
Yeah, they're
in the
coming
third
out
frame.
striking now.
Yeah, we've had 4 strikes in 5 frames so far here. Do you get the urge sometimes to watch somebody and just want to go, hey, why don't you do this? Why don't you try this? Just it's so inherent in who you are as a great bowler.
Yeah, I still do. I still help out a lot. Still do a little bit of coaching here and there. Help out with the high school kids and.
I was going to say, do you have high schoolers that bowl out of here?
Yeah, we have 4 high schools that bowl here.
That's great.
So during the week, Monday through Friday, it's all their practices, their matches. So we're busy with the high schools and junior bowling. We have a good youth program too. So
exactly that's where we're at right now with the high schools, and it's just hard when not to get involved, especially when you see someone with a passion for the game or with potential at the high school level, and it's hard not to jump in.
It's hard not to jump in and try to help them. When I was growing up and I was a youth bowler, I had help along the way too.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me to where I am today. So I have no problem jumping in and helping wherever they need help. You see something and you see someone struggling with something, you just jump right in and give them a little help, and it can go a long way.
Absolutely, because some of the things you see are stuff that aren't going to get, if you don't jump in, it's going to continue to cause a problem in the games. And you're right, everybody needs a mentor, and I think parents appreciate it too.
Yeah.
4 frames, 4 strikes for Mark Polaski. Oh, by the way, as we're chit-chatting here.
A little softer speed.
How do you reflect back on your career, Doug? We all get to that point in our lives when we think a little bit about it. Again, you're one of the 50 greatest in PBA history. How do you think back on that time as one of the best guys out there?
Well, I never expected to win what I won. You don't know what to expect. It was a dream to win that much, and to have that kind of a career. But you just don't know how to prepare for something like that. You hope that it's going to last as long as it did, but you just, there's so much unknown. It goes back to, it was just a dream, and I lived my dream. I really did.
That's awesome. We all hope that we get to that point, to live our dreams, and for you to do it is amazing.
It was such a good time in bowling when you bowled. It was just such a popular sport. It was such a great sport to watch, and it was just a great time to be a bowler.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
It's a whole different situation out there now. I'm not saying it's not great, but to compete, it's like you said, it's less about finesse and it's more about, two-handers versus, not, traditional bowlers and rev rates and ball reaction.
You never realize how much this game can actually change year to year, decade to decade. It really is hard to believe that we're at where we're at today, with all the equipment, with technology taking over, and it's really become more of a science, today, and an equipment game, power, speed, power, two-handers, generating so much more hook and power when the ball goes through the pins. It's so different. In earlier in my career, and anybody's career on a tour, if you're successful, you have to have a certain amount of luck along the way.
Right.
Certain things have to go your way here and there for things to happen. And sometimes when you get those, breaks here and there, and you parlay those into another week, or sometimes into a 10, 15-year career just by catching a break here and there. So I was very fortunate, very, very fortunate.
5 frames, 5 strikes for Mark Polaski Jr.
I'm curious what you think here about this little stutter step, 8-step approach. He gets to a good spot.
Yeah, I think he's an all feel. He's a really good feel player, a lot of good touch at the bottom of his swing, and just knows how to control the break point a little bit more, and just with his hand a little bit more. He's able to control the shape a lot better down lane. He has it going on right now.
I love that word, shape.
Yeah.
Go a little bit more into that. I know exactly what you're saying, but just explain what you mean by shape.
So when your ball gets down the lane and the ball's a little sharper at the break point, he's able to flatten his hand out a little bit, take a little bit off it, get a little bit more up the back of it, so he smooths that shape out a little bit more, and it doesn't go through the pins at such a sharp angle. You start leaving more corner pins when your angle gets too steep.
All right, we're going to take a break. You're going to stick around for a minute or two?
I can if you want.
Doug Kent's going to stick around. We got a good one going on. Mark Polaski, 6 strikes, 6 frames. Come on back.
The Western New York area has long been considered one of the best anywhere for the sport of bowling.
And no matter where you live, we have lanes nearby.
For top competition,
Fun with family and friends,
great food and drink, or just a night out, we got you.
We are
The bowling proprietors.
Of Western New York. Stop in and enjoy our sport today.
12X Tech Bowling Supplies is committed to continuing the decades-long tradition of excellence established by the DeSanto family. We are the ultimate destination for customer service, experience, and product variety. We offer an extensive inventory of balls, bags, shoes, and accessories. Our unique fitting and drilling process, combined with our in-house lane, ensures a perfect fit every time. With a range of repair and maintenance services, we can help keep your gear performing at its best. Consult our team today at 1000 Highland Drive in the J. Scuddy South Plaza, conveniently located off of 390 in Henrietta.
All right, back for the sixth frame here, and Derrick Greene has got himself in a battle. He's bowled pretty well here, but he's looking at a guy who hasn't missed a pin yet in his opponent, Mark Polaski. So Derrick Greene's got to turn it up here and put some pressure on his opponent, and that will help having to do it. Doug Kent is still with us here. Of course, we are at Doug Kent's Rose Bowl Lanes. You liked that one, didn't you?
I would just once in my life like to see my ball hit like that. Wouldn't we all?
Watch
Look at that
kick
thing.
out that
Jesus.
7 in the air.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Look at him fly. Oh, my
It
Lord.
bounced off the top of the pin, bounced upside down, and came over.
Might have to get new pins after this match.
All right, so Derrick knew that he needed to start striking, and that was one heck of a way to do it. And let's see if it can continue. Seventh frame now.
Oh.
And that one not quite as ferocious, but still effective.
Yeah, you don't see too many no-thumbers anymore. One-handed no-thumbers. But boy, I tell you what, he's a strong boy right there. He gets on it. Just flat out rips the cover off it.
He sure does.
All right, so let's see how Mark responds to Derrick Greene getting himself a little fired up here.
It's loose.
His family ties here to the upstate New York area from Mark Polaski Jr., but I mentioned North Fort Myers, Florida is where he's from, and had the opportunity to come up for the holidays and decided he wanted to bowl, and we're glad he did because he's putting on a show.
I just can't believe that approach stays consistent the way that it does, because, I mean, as long as you repeat, that's important.
Yeah.
But I don't even
Looks good
know how
right
to
now,
call
doesn't
that.
it?
Sure does.
Yeah, Mark does have a PBA regional victory on his ledger of his career. So, again, bowls at a little higher level, knew what he needed to do to win. We talk a lot about that, like being a good bowler, but being a good bowler who knows how to win is sometimes two different things.
Yeah. It's winning is the hardest thing. I mean, you could be the best bowler on the lanes that day and still not win.
100%.
It just comes down to a hit here and a hit there, and it's just like again, you got to have a little bit of luck.
Yeah.
Just to catch a hit here or there to stay ahead of your opponent, or your opponent catches a bad break or doesn't carry a shot.
That was the first bad luck for Mark because that's the first pin he missed it.
Yep.
There was a nudge there, but not enough. So the strike run ends at 7 straight frames for Mark Polaski, but he has still built himself a comfortable lead right now.
Yeah, this is a game where it seems like the looser you get and the more relaxed you get, the better reaction you get. I mean, carry becomes better as you become looser, and nothing loosens up your swing like getting a lead or finding out you have a little area you didn't know that you had, and then all of a sudden, it loosens up and it just comes so much easier. And you tighten up a little bit, and all of a sudden those corner pins just start staring you in the face. It's pretty wild how that emotion plays into the results.
Yeah, sure does. Oh.
We talk a lot, Doug, about bowling in this setting on TV, the pressure, the noise, the lights, oh my God, I'm on TV. How long did that take you to get figured out?
A couple shows, just to get acclimated to the surroundings and the lighting, and because you're a lot of times when you're on TV, you're not bowling on your own schedule, your own pace. There's clapping, there's commercials, there's all kinds of things going on. You're cued to throw shots. So once you get on the set and you're comfortable and you just go back to just bowling, you're just bowling again, it becomes a lot easier. It's a couple of shows, once you get used to the setting, it wasn't too bad. I was always able to kind of block all that stuff out. I didn't hear anything outside of my own mind, so I I think I was actually better on TV than than bowling regular qualifying or whatever. I got into some other zone of concentration that maybe some other people didn't have. I don't know. I was in my own world sometimes.
Did you ever have like music or songs or something going through your head that sets a tone for the rhythm?
Yeah.
And the best I've bowled has been when a song has been locked in my head and your pace stays the same.
It's funny you say that. I had a tournament where I was on TV and I had the song Benny and the Jets in my head, and I was singing that to myself the whole show.
That's a good song to have in your head.
And the Jets.
That is a solid 70s rock anthem-y,
it was awesome.
bowling sort of sports song, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did you win?
I don't remember that. I don't remember.
No, I do remember the best that I've bowled, though, has been with songs in my head because your pace, timing is so important to this game. And it keeps your timing steady because you're in the same spot in the song and you're bowling.
I've also had some of my best tournaments where I was sick. You got to
stay slow.
You got to call. Yeah, you're just there, and you're not overthinking anything. You're just loose. So. Oh, he did.
Oh, I think we had a foul on that one. Yes.
I don't.
And that stutter steppy sort of motion, does that lead itself to that happening? We don't see those very often at all.
Well, he takes like 3 or 4 steps late into his approach that, kind of compact a little bit. So he's got to get 4 steps in a very, very short distance on the approach. So I would venture to say he probably fouls regularly, with his type of approach.
Which is probably good then, because he'll take it in stride and won't put too much thought into it. Oh, he put a little thought into that one.
Well, Mark Polaski, even with the foul, is going to be a winner here, and he is going to advance to our championship match against Pat Brick. Maybe he's got Mark and the strikes in his head as the tune that got him to the championship. Doug, it's been a pleasure having you on, and we're excited to be here at your place for the next couple of weeks. We're excited to have brought Beat the Champ here, and thanks for everything that you have done to grow this sport in our area and beyond.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thanks for having me. It's nice to have everybody here. It's nice to have an event like this here, and just great to be a part of it. We try to grow the sport as proprietors. We try to grow the sport and keep it going the best we can, and hopefully next year, I'm pretty sure we're coming back already. So
awesome.
I'm looking forward to it already.
Well, we're excited to be back here.
Yeah, Mark Polaski, we can make it better.
Yeah, Mark Polaski with a 234 is going to advance. It's the championship match. It'll be Polaski and Pat Brick. It's coming up next from Doug Kent's Rose Bowl Lanes here on Storm Beat the Champ, presented by BowlersMart. You're watching Storm Beat the Champ, presented by BowlersMart on YouTube.
Like and subscribe to our channel now. Don't miss any of the action.
Championship match as we're going to crown a new Beat the Champ winner. Will it be Pat Brick or Mark Polaski? We are about to find out. Hey, thanks to Doug Kent for joining us for a couple minutes for the last match. Just super cool to hear what he has to say, to tell everybody about him. If you're new to this show and you didn't necessarily follow the PBA Tour 10 years ago when he was there, I mean, he's one of the all-time greats, right? There's no doubting that.
Yep, and he's paying it forward by staying in the business and helping new people along, and I just love that, because that's pretty much how I feel about this sport as well.
And Mark Polaski sets the tone here in our championship match with a first frame strike. Here's Pat Brick making his 5th appearance here on Beat the Champ. He has 2 wins on his statistical record. We saw him when he got those 2 wins a couple of months ago at Cherry Laurel Lanes, where he rattled off 2 in a row. So Pat's been bowling well, been pretty steady on our show here, and he is already a Buffalo Bowling Hall of Famer and considered one of the all-time greats.
I would never imply that any kind of surface was beneficial to Pat, because he definitely is experienced and knows his equipment, knows how to read a bowling lane. But Cherry Laurel Lanes, where he won, was also a wood surface. So you can be particular to liking a wood surface. There is a definite difference that you need in your game to conquer a wood surface, and he does seem to excel at that.
Does it impact? Does it have an impact on speed? Right. And the reason I bring that up is we've seen Mark throws it pretty hard. He's a younger guy. Pat's a sage veteran here. Do wood lanes have an impact if you don't have as much speed? Does wood lanes close that gap at all?
That's a great question, because I do think it is not slow speed's friend. I mean, anything that is more hooking in the front of the lane. I mean, controlling the heads, if you set it down short or have slow ball speed and your ball starts to read early, it definitely complicates things down the lane for you as far as, controlling the ball or how it hits the pocket with, maybe losing some momentum and, leaving some more pocket splits. So, yeah, that's great analogy, because I think at the end of the day with Derrick Greene, it was this too much speed that got to him.
26 years old from North Fort Myers, Florida. There's your example of the reach of Beat the Champ that we've got Mark Polaski from Florida here on our show.
He did not like that. He thought he missed to the right, and it came storming back. So there's nothing more comforting to a bowler than finding room that you didn't know you had. Like, he did not like that at all.
That's the epitome of did not like
He's
that.
He's like, what?
Yeah, that face showed you all you need to know.
And in the match before this, he got one in a little bit, and it held up that he didn't expect. So definitely ball choice has so much to do with it. And he's got the right speed with the right ball and the right finesse.
58 years old from Tonawanda, New York is Pat Brick. .230 average in the two leagues that he bowls in now. But again, a collegiate champion, a regional PBA Tour champion, winner of the Obenauer Masters tournament, considered Buffalo's most difficult and most prestigious tournament, and so many other career achievements and accomplishments for Pat Brick. And he and Mark are buddies here. They bowled against each other. They bowl with each other. They are friends. And I would suspect part of the reason Mark is here from Florida is because of Pat Brick. And here they are battling to see who's our champion. So far we got nothing but strikes on the board, which is how we like it. Our host center for Storm Beat the Champ, presented by BowlersMart, is Doug Kent's Rose Bowl Lanes, and you can find them online at DKRBL.com. Doug Kent's Rose Bowl Lanes.com. They're just one of our many great host centers, and if you want details on how you can be a part of Beat the Champ, just stop in at any of our host centers and ask them how you can be on the show, and we might be seeing you here on the lanes no matter where you're from. Downstate New York, New York City, Florida, Pittsburgh, Canada. We've had them all on our show.
That's right. We're stretching further and wider.
So the first non-strike of our match is Pat Brick with 9 pins. Let's see if he can pull off the spare, as Pat Brick almost always does.
Show you the importance of equipment. I mean, the first match that we saw where 160 beat 120. I mean, it's not that that they don't know how to bowl, but if you have the wrong piece of equipment in your hand, it can just magnify the lane conditions in the wrong way. It can make it seem so much harder if it's shooting through the break point or hooking early. I mean, it can bring about those scores, and now you're looking at people, another tap. People playing the lanes right with the right ball in their hand, and they're making them look easy.
You can see the spin around reaction from Mark on leaving that 8 pin. Watch it. You just caught the tail end of that face. Kind of like my face when my wife makes me eat broccoli.
As a bowler, I can say, the bowling gods giveth and they taketh away. I mean, he got away with one on the last shot on that lane where he thought that he missed to the right and struck, and here you throw it perfect, and there's a pin staring you in the face.
So it's a spare for both guys in the fourth frame after opening with 3 strikes. Now, you pointed it out in the last match, and it's very clear for anybody who's watching to see. It's an interesting approach for Mr. Polaski, and he even told us in between matches that he added a step to things just recently.
Yeah, so we asked him how it came to that he has this, kind of like stutter steps to get into his regular approach, because he's literally taking 4 steps before he even starts into what would be his traditional approach. And he said that he had gotten that he had used to be normal, and after COVID he came back to bowling and had little trouble getting going. So that's how he gets himself going, and the added step was for the same reason. He started to get a block against getting his feet moving, and that's just how he gets his feet moving.
It just goes on the list of there are a million ways to do this. None of them are right and none of them are wrong. It's just what works well for you. Because it looks very odd to me to see Mark take so many steps to get there.
Yep.
You know, when you watch a Pat Brick, which is very traditional, striding.
Fundamentally correct.
Yes.
Pat is absolutely fundamentally correct. Can we get a replay? Here we go. I mean, his push away, his steps. I mean, this is what you train new bowlers to do. You push away, your feet move at the same time. Your first step and your push away move at the same time. Your ball drops as you're moving into your second step. I mean, everything you see about Pat's game is fundamentally correct. And when you're a beginner, that's what you want to emulate.
Pat said his knee's been bothering him a little bit lately, and he's had to adjust a few things on that push away, but he said he thought he'd be fine today, but it has something that's popped up a little bit. And there is a 6th frame strike. So both guys have only 1 spare and strikes the rest of the way. This is gonna be fun. Come on back.
XXX Tech Bowling Supplies is committed to continuing the decades-long tradition of excellence established by the DeSanto family. We are the ultimate destination for customer service, experience, and product variety. We offer an extensive inventory of balls, bags, shoes, and accessories. Our unique fitting and drilling process, combined with our in-house lane, ensures a perfect fit every time. With a range of repair and maintenance services, we can help keep your gear performing at its best. Consult our team today at 1000 Highland Drive in the J. Scuddy South Plaza, conveniently located off of 390 in Henrietta.
Mark Polaski Jr. from North Fort Myers, Florida, getting ready to tiptoe his way to his 6th frame here. We saw the very rare foul in our last match. I don't know that we've had more than 1 or 2 of those in 2 seasons of the show, but I assume when you do what Mark does, there's a chance you get that toe a little bit over the line.
Yeah, he took it in stride, which is good because he can't let that play into, the next frame or the next frame, and he seemed to be, possibly he's seen a few of those and took it in stride.
Yeah, I think Mark's trying to get Pat's head here because when asked who his bowling idol is, he said Pat Brick is his bowling idol.
I think
he's trying to mess with Pat a little bit. They have bowled together and against each other before. Mark was quick to point out that Pat has never beaten him. We'll see if that continues. Right now, the way Mark is bowling, it's going to be hard for anybody to beat him.
Yeah.
And it looks like Mark didn't like the rack of the pins, so
I mean, I think he's
messing
trying to
with
rattle Pat.
He's totally
You
totally trying to
can't,
rattle him.
You cannot rattle Pat
I was
Brick.
going to say, I
I'm
don't
gonna tell you that
think
right
you
now.
can rattle Pat Brick.
He just laughs it all off. He's got a very cool personality.
Yes.
He's just going to laugh that right off. And, you mentioned Pat, his knee bothered him a little bit. Pat bowls every weekend. I mean, you want to talk about experience. He doesn't really miss a tournament. If there's a tournament to bowl, he is there bowling it. And that's why all these guys know Pat. And he could be their idol because he shows up for everything.
I would suspect that if you're into this sport and you want to be really good at it, you look at a guy like Pat Brick and go, I want to be like that guy, right? Just steady, consistent, unemotional, just locked in all the time.
It's why he can't be rattled. I mean, we were talking a little bit with Doug about, he didn't say it on air, about offense and defense. And it's like, really, you can't play defense in this sport. This isn't a sport where you control your own destiny by what knowledge and skill you bring to the table. And Pat hones this every weekend.
Seventh frame now for Pat Brick. This is the fourth title game Pat has bowled in here on Beat the Champ. He has won 2, lost 1, but 2 in a row coming off those 2 wins I told you about a couple of months ago at Cherry Laurel Lanes, a similar wood surface bowling center. And that may be part of the reason why Pat's bowling so well right now. And again, he's had this run of strikes, and then you see him leave one pin, but man, there's nobody better at picking up spares almost always than Pat Brick.
Well, there was an interesting opportunity here for him to finally take the lead in the match as the opening was created for him before he went up to bowl, and he threw a great shot. It's disappointing, I'm sure, that I left the 7-pin, but you didn't see much emotion about it. He's just coming back to work.
We don't often get a lot of emotion out of Pat, and that's to his credit. That's what makes him such a great bowler. He's done this a million times. He knows not to get too excited one way or the other over good or bad.
Well, he's chosen to use urethane, and he had said to me that he would rather not, because you will give up a little bit of carry with the urethane, and here we see it again. I mean, it's given him a consistent shot to the pocket, but you do lose. You lose some carry because it's just not hitting as hard. It's controlling the lane, it's just not hitting as hard. So there's the deflection.
Yeah. So
and,
you're just not getting the pins flying as much as some of the other bigger hitters that we see.
It hits a little softer, and it's will that play a part at the end of this match? Because it looks to me like Mark has. He's got a little bit of area. He's created some area with this ball in his hand, and he's missed his target. He's got right. He's got a little bit of in. He's got a good amount of area to work with.
Again, as we talked about, Mark bowls some PBA regional stuff. Won the Tampa Bay Open back in 2023 as a resident of Florida, and so he understands what the pressure is and whether this is or isn't equal or not in his mind. It's still championship match on TV with a lot of people looking on.
Well, he hasn't bowled on TV before, but he doesn't seem to be phasing him.
No.
Wow.
A nudge of the 10, but not enough.
It's amazing how these guys are matching corner pins for corner pins, or their strikes match and their single pin spares match.
35 career 300 games from Mark Polaski, an 848 high series.
So another thing that Doug had noticed, and that's at Mark's what we call kind of a feel bowler. So he's not as mechanical, and his execution isn't always perfect, but he can kind of compensate at the line. and know when he has to like take a little bit off or hit it a little harder. It's hard to define a bowler that's a field bowler, but he is definitely that. And yes, this match has been tied the entire time, which is really rare. And I don't think there's been a frame. Every single frame, these guys have been tied. Every single frame.
They have matched exactly to the frame the results. Strikes in the first 3, spare in 4. Strikes in 5 and 6, spares in 7 and 8. So here we go at 9th frame now for Mark Polaski. Bump.
Oh, he got the tap on that one.
And a tip over. and something to be said to Pat Brick.
And Pat's like, good for you.
And this is what didn't happen in the last one. He got the bump, but not enough of it.
That was a little half pocket hit, too, and he could have easily been a 10-pin.
All right, so now it's Pat Brick's turn to dazzle us with his pin action and continue to match frame for frame.
Well, now that we've said it.
Well, don't blame me.
Good shot.
There you go.
Shot.
Frame for frame, shot for shot.
That read just a hair sooner. That ball just picked up a hair sooner than it did on the last one that left a 10-pin. And he hit a high flush, which you need to hit high flush with this urethane ball. The half hits aren't going to carry.
All right, here we go. Down to the 10th frame in a tie match.
We might be here all day with this match.
We might be. We might be. I won't say what I think might very well happen here because, we don't want to jinx anything. This has been fun to watch. This is 2 outstanding bowlers going toe-to-toe.
Oh,
10th frame. Ooh.
Just a great shot.
You knew it right away, didn't you?
Well, I knew he got all of it. He got all of that. That's as good as you could throw it. And
so what happened?
Just pin collision,
Yeah.
a hair high, and sometimes the better you throw it, this can be a result. Wow.
So not only does he not get the strike, but he's got a little work to do here. And it's going to be a completely untimely open in the 10th frame to put a 215 on the board for Pat Brick. And, man, we went 9 frames with these guys going toe-to-toe, and all it takes is one shot.
Yep. One pocket split.
And that is the bad breaks of bowling sometimes. And that strike for Mark Polaski Jr. will give him the win. What a great match and what a terrific way to wrap up week number 1 at Doug Kent's Rose Bowl Lanes. We'll talk to Mark when we return at Storm Beat the Champ, presented by BowlersMart.
Presented by BowlersMart.
Plenty of options.
Chamois, jerseys, balls bags, and shoes. The highest quality products you'll find on the market, and here at BowlersMart, we make sure to find the correct access point of any bowler to maximize their benefits from our products and ensure a great experience. Stop by today and let us help you, because at BowlersMart, every bowler matters.
The Western New York area has long been considered one of the best anywhere for the sport of bowling.
And no matter where you live, we have lanes nearby.
For top competition,
Fun with family and friends.
great food and drink, or just a night out, we got you.
We are
The Bowling Proprietors.
Of Western New York. Stop in and enjoy our sport today.
Beat the Champ is sponsored by Storm, the Bowlers Company. By BowlersMart, trusted by bowlers around the world since 2004. And by the Bowling Proprietors Association of Western New York. Stop in and enjoy our sport today. It's a 235-215 win for Mark Polaski over Peck, but it really came down to that one shot in the 10th frame. Pat had the unlucky break. You had to come and make your shot. Take me through what's going through your mind on both of those.
Well, I just wanted to make a good shot. I kind of got hosed earlier on that lane doing the 8-pin, but yeah, I just wanted to make a good shot. I made an okay shot, and it fell.
Yeah, it sure did.
Love to beat Pat Brick.
Well, you said you haven't bowled on TV before, but you seem awfully composed, and none of that seemed to bother you. Is all that tournament bowling part of the reason why this is such a comfortable place?
Yeah, I bowl a lot of tournaments. I'm just trying to make a good shot. That's all I've been doing this whole TV time. So just trying to make a good shot.
All right, well, guess what? He's a TV veteran now, and he's going to be a TV veteran again, because we'll see him on next week when we see you on Storm Beat the Champ, presented by BowlersMart.